Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. Today's ride isn't about chasing twisties or counting off the miles, although there will be some twisties involved I'm sure. But today we're heading to a location that's been there for hundreds of years, lost in time, largely forgotten about. So today we're riding to one of Spain's most famous castles. Let's go find it. So we're currently on the CV873 and we're heading up towards the Hondon Valley. So before we go and find this castle, we're going to stop for some breakfast at the top here. It's currently 12 degrees, it's a bit overcast at the moment, but the sun is supposed to be coming out later on. It's not going to get much warmer though. I think 16 degrees is the maximum temperature today. So it's still January here in Spain. So we're currently making our way through the Hondon Valley. We've just had breakfast in Hondon de los Frailes. Nice little restaurant called 28. It's a very good breakfast. So just making our way through the vineyards now. There's lots of vineyards up here, lots of bodegas. So we're currently on the CV834 heading in the direction of Monovar. And this is La Romanetta, sleepy little village, blink and you miss it. So we're now on the CV830, got a lovely backdrop in front of us, lovely scenery. Someone's got a nice new bike. This is the CV830 to Salinas. So we're still on the CV830. Still going through the vineyards, lots of olive groves. So we just turned off the A830 and we've just ridden through Salinas, and this is the road called the Camino de Villena. No road number. So we're still on the Camino de Villena, obviously heading towards Villena. Got a nice view. Someone put a comment on one of our videos recently asking how we cope with all these busy roads. Well, I don't know, it's difficult, but someone has to do it, I suppose. So we're now jumped onto the CV813 the road that takes you into Vienna. We have arrived in Vienna. We just have to make our way to the tourist information office to get the tickets for the castle. It's only about a couple hundred metres down the road from the castle. Oh, there's the castle. Well, the tourist information place should be here on the left hand side, I think. Somewhere around here. This is it. So we've arrived at the castle in Vienna. This was built in the end of the 12th century by the Almohad Empire, and it was originally built as a refuge for the Muslim population of the area. So the Atalaya castle is a fortress in Vienna, province of Alicante, southern Spain. It's located over a spur of the Sierra de la Villa in the northwest part of the province of Alicante, and it commands the former frontier between the old kingdoms of Castillo and Aragon. Come on into my castle. So the fortress has two main walls of defence. We have the outer wall that we're on at the moment, and then the old inner wall, which was the Islamic castle built in the 12th century. The wall that we're on at the moment, built in the 15th century by Don Juan Manuel, and as you can see, it's quite a bit lower, so obviously the people inside the fortress could still see over the outer wall here. So as you can see, it's got a very commanding position over the valley out in front. So this is one of the old ancient crossbows that they would have used to defend the castle. We're now entering the main area of the fortress. So this fortress remained in Muslim hands until 1345, when the Christians reconquered the area. So this part of the fortress is the cistern. This was built to collect rainwater and store the rainwater that obviously fed the castle. So this is an old reception room that the Prince Don Juan Manuel used to use. He used to meet dignitaries, etc. So we're inside the castle now, or the keep as they call it. So these walls are 3.75 metres thick. So the graffiti on the wall here is attributed to an Italian sailor that was shipwrecked and captured on the Alicante coast and brought here. And this is where he was imprisoned. It's quite amazing. So the Muslim name given to this area was originally Villena, and now it's called Vienna because it's on the side of the Via. Just like a little mountain range off. And again, this just gives you some idea of how thick these walls are. So we're now at the top of the keep. Got amazing 360 views. Absolutely amazing. So we're just leaving the castle, making our way through the back streets of Vienna. That was very interesting. €3 to get in, it's well worth it. And they have little signs everywhere in Valencian, Spanish and English, which is very good. And it's very good. They had a little room in there. They did a little presentation of the history of the castle, which is quite interesting. So obviously, like I said, it was built in the 12th century when the Moors conquered the area. And I didn't realise, I mean, you learn quite a lot when you go to these places, but the Moors were able to conquer the great areas of Spain really easily, because at the time the Spanish kingdoms were at war with each other, you know, over power, who owned what, etc. So there was really no organised defence against them, so they were able to take great swathes of land really easily. And it wasn't until, I think it was Alfonso X, he organised an army. It took him 3 attempts to take Vienna back, but they managed it in the end. It's very interesting. So we're back on the CV813, just getting around the edge of the Sierra de Salinas, and we're going to make our way back to Aspe. I think we deserve a cake and a coffee. Well, I've just stopped at the little cafe in Aspe, Raul Asensio. Stopped for a tea and a cake. This is brought to us very kindly by John, who kindly donated on Buy Me a Coffee. He said get Karen and yourselves a tea and a cake, so we're quite happy doing that, so thank you very much for that.
Thank you, John.
So anybody else who'd like to buy us one, the link's in the description below. Buy Me a Coffee.
So we'll mention you in the next video.
Yeah, we'll give you a shout out. It helps us keep fueled up for when we're riding. So again, thanks John, we'll enjoy. So we're back on the N325 heading towards Creviente. Just had a nice little coffee stop. So again, thanks to John for donating through Buy Me a Coffee. That's very much appreciated. So we're going to end the video here. We hope you liked today's video. If you did and you'd like to see more content like this, visit interesting places, maybe more castles, please drop a comment below and we'll see what we can do. If you haven't done already, please subscribe, hit the notification bell and hit the like button, and we'll see you in the next one.